For today's cup of coffee, we're going to be doing something a little more light and fluffy because God knows we need a little bit of light and fluffy.
Yeah, we need it all the time.
Not all the time.
All the time.
But as far as some of the stuff that's being revealed, yeah, God, I need a break from
Just
that.
a little bit.
So we are going to be discussing something that comes from IMDb.
Okay.
And that's
We love that.
Movie Channel. What is the IMDb? And I do have the dyslexia on it.
The M means, I'm pretty sure that is movie.
Well, yeah, I'd say so.
Image, movie, something. Buration?
I don't know.
Bureau?
Maybe, I don't know.
Hold on.
But anyhow, they review movies, and if you're looking for a movie,
Hey Siri. What does IMDb stand for?
Okay, I found this on the web for series What Does IMDb Stand For? Check it out.
it couldn't just tell you. Well, anyhow, whatever it stands for.
Internet Movie Database.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I knew the M.
Okay. Yeah, well, we figured that was movies. And we're going to have the link to this, of course, in the description box. And we were talking the other day about horror movies because we loves them.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that I like best are the ones that have been around for a minute.
Yeah, I seem to be liking those a lot more, too.
Because, and this is actually going to be... We're going to discuss one thing about this today, and then tomorrow we've got another one. But as far as iconic horror movies, and they had listed 46. We're not going to go through all 46 of them. And this was, it must be, just different people that can contribute. Mm-hmm. So if you want to contribute to this, find out what you need to do. What?
Yeah, I just found out one of the movies that I was going to tell you about. There's a sequel to.
Okay.
I'm not happy.
Now
about
tomorrow
that.
we're going to talk about remakes. So you might want to just wait until.
Oh, I'm going to say something about it in here,
Okay.
but I didn't go more into it.
Well, this list.
Rant.
Okay, this list was created by screen name xetrith.
Yeah.
Xetrith.
I don't know.
Anyhow, this was created on June the 10th, 2017. And number one on this list, I agree with this, Psycho.
Yeah, Psycho's really good.
And 1960.
The original's the best.
Oh, yeah. And it's like, also within this, these are movies, do not touch these. Some of these, it is a matter of perfection. Do not touch them.
Don't make remakes is what she's saying.
Right, because there are some people that have a tendency to destroy anything and everything that they touch. So some of these movies, don't touch them. And of course, this was Alfred Hitchcock. He was a genius.
Yeah.
Anthony Perkins.
The creepy ass man.
I don't care. There's people out there, I could do that. You're not Anthony Perkins.
No.
Leave it alone. Janet Leigh, Vera Miles, and John Gavin. But it's like, yes, that is classic. Mm-hmm. And if you're not into horror movies, some of these you might want to try. Because Psycho is not a slasher film in any way. It is psychological horror.
Yeah.
That's what Hitchcock did. Like I said, he was just brilliant. Mm-hmm. He was an odd little man. Mm-hmm. And if you've never seen his series,
The
they
Birds
were good
is
too.
My favorite movie by him, honestly.
Yep, that was a good one. Also, the original Exorcist, 1973.
Oh shit, that broke everything back then. That movie did, seriously. It was like the biggest, scariest movie that anyone had ever seen at that time before.
Right. And it was wonderful. And I don't care that we have all these new, CGI and all this
The
bunch
new
of bullshit.
shit looks horrible.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
some things, I mean, Linda Blair, for her to do what she did, that was incredible.
Uh-huh.
It was a great, but I will tell you, the book is better than the movie. So read the book. You know, it was Blatty, was that his name?
Yeah, Squeaker scared the shit out of you with that.
Oh, yeah, I was reading it. I looked around, and there's cat face right in my face. That was funny. Then we've got from 1976, The Omen. And I know some of these have been remade, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Because it's just like, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was just so well done. Gregory Peck was amazing in that. Lee Remick. The whole thing, it was just great.
Yeah.
Another one, Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
Love this. And this was from 1922.
Wow.
And there were very few copies that were left. And I think it was it German Impressionism that I'm trying to think of that was the style?
Yes.
I have looked it up 15 times and never can remember it.
Yes, you are correct.
But it was something that Tim Burton was very influenced by.
Oh, yeah, he implements that in a lot of
Oh,
his own
yeah.
stuff.
I mean, it's the shadows, it's the odd angles. And Max...
Even the set is just,
Yeah.
you know...
And Max Schreck as Count Orlok, just nobody else is going. You can do it similar, but dude was perfection. It was just amazing. And again, that's one of those. It's like you can do something similar. It doesn't have to be a redo.
No.
It's like do your own shit.
Take inspiration, don't remake.
Exactly. Then we had Rosemary's Baby. That was that's still a weird movie.
It came out like...
68.
Yeah.
1968. And it's like, it's still scary as shit.
It came out not too long after The Exorcist, didn't it?
Actually, The Exorcist was in 73.
Oh, yeah.
And...
Well, Rosemary's Baby is considered like high up there along with The Exorcist. Some of them.
Now that was Roman Polanski, and he had problems. We'll not talk about his problems.
He made some fucked up movies.
No, he made some fucked up life choices. And that was Mia Farrow, and she was great in that. So if you haven't seen that one, that's another one. Halloween, 1978. Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Pleasance. Of course, this was John Carpenter as the director. The original. I mean, it's just... Again, these are movies... I should have entitled it Classic Movies, Leave Them Alone.
Yeah.
You don't have to redo this stuff.
Did you see the remake of The Night of the Living Dead?
No. I very rarely will I ever watch a remake, especially if it's a movie that is dear to me. No, because all it does is piss me off. Frankenstein, 1931. And Boris Karloff, nobody is ever going to be able to do what that man did.
Nope, not at all.
He was just amazing.
Yeah.
The Shining, the original Shining, 1980. This was Stanley Kubrick. Now, Stanley Kubrick made some interesting stuff. Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, I've watched that movie by myself.
Well, that was...
I liked it, though. I really did. It was fucked up, but I loved it.
He's got a lot of... I never have watched Eyes Wide Shut. I need to do that. I have started to do that. But there's something I'm like, no. And of course, Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall, I mean, Scatman Crothers. I loved Scatman. He was such a cool dude. He was great talent there. And it's like, again, nothing needed to be added to that. You're not going to outdo Kubrick. I don't care how fabulous you think you are. You're not going to outdo Jack Nicholson or Shelley Duvall. God love her. You know.
Poor Shelley.
Yeah.
She was abused on that set. She really was.
Right.
Like, so much so, like, her clumps of hair were falling out.
I'm slurping coffee during this one, folks. And then she ended up with mental health issues, didn't she?
Yeah. Major ones.
But this was not caused by the movie. This had been something that was with her for a while, wasn't it?
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure some of it was caused by the movie.
That would be tragic.
Production, yeah. The director himself.
Kubrick did that to her?
Yeah.
Now, what were some of the things that you're just, talking
Basically, he told everyone to basically shun her. To, have her, I guess, feel, the isolation and such. And sometimes they would refuse her food or something like that at some point. They would shout at her.
Well, she was another one that was so skinny that, somebody needed to throw her a cracker anyhow.
I know, right?
And so she wasn't exactly like a person that could have gone without a meal.
No.
So,
they abused her. There's literally footage of her sitting there telling Kubrick, like, look at how much hair is falling out. Like, this is insane. And he just brushes it off.
Well,
completely in a dickish way.
Right. Well, he's a director. That goes along with that. Because they've got that artistic vision, and it's one of those that they will do whatever the hell that they need to, be it right or be it wrong, to get that vision. And so, but now some of these actors, they knew what he was like. They knew what they signed up for.
Yep.
But it is absolutely amazing. And then Poltergeist, 1982. Again, don't touch it. It's amazing. And a lot of these, we rewatch, I don't want to say frequently because that's like every month or so. No. But we watch them every year or so. Mm-hmm. And you can find different things each time you watch them.
Right.
That, or it's almost like visiting a familiar, an old friend. Mm-hmm. And just, it was really good. Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one, 1984. Yeah. And it's like, you're not going to outdo Robert Englund as Freddy. God, he was so good. And Wes Craven. Wes Craven has been an amazing name in horror films since he started.
Right.
So, the one that freaked me out, the whole thing, that first one was scary as shit. I mean, it really was. But the scene that got me was when Freddy was going through it's like an alleyway or something, and the arms elongated to where they reached both sides of the street.
And that freaked you out?
I don't know what it is, but there was something about that just was
What the fuck was his name? The stretchy dude?
Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, Stretch Armstrong, that toy.
That was
it's the same.
There was something about that scene. Everybody's got their something.
You were scared by the commercial of a Bigfoot movie.
I was a kid. That was the movie trailer for Legend of Boggy Creek.
Which movie was it that you called Nana and you were like, I have scared the absolute shit out of myself?
Oh, we're getting to that. That one's coming up. The Fly. I'm not talking about the damn remake on this with Jeff Goldblum. I hated that. I watched it once. I thought it was perverse. I thought it was disgusting and was pointless. The original from 1958 that had Vincent Price in it, that in itself is worth watching. Nobody will ever be Vincent Price.
Well, duh.
I know. But he was, and as far as there's
I did not mean Deanna, I'm so sorry.
Help me. And that was just the fact that it was in black and white. It was such a good movie.
Yeah.
And back then, they didn't have to have the vulgarity. They didn't have to have disgusting stuff. They didn't have to have slasher stuff. So, yeah, The Fly is really good. The original Friday the 13th, and that one, yeah. Now, I was never that much into the Friday the 13th, franchise, but that was scary. That was some scary shit.
It was alright. It was a slasher film.
Yeah, that was that was the beginning of the slasher genre. But it was still well done.
Yeah, it was scary. Yeah.
Here it is. 1987 Hellraiser. And it did. And the thing, I mean, the Cenobites are... This was Clive Barker, and he actually directed that. And he took this from one of his short stories. And Clive Barker is one of the few authors that his movies will be better than his books. I don't know how that works.
That is weird as hell.
It is. But, where I was doing the Books of Blood, and there's 7, 8, something like that in the series. And it's short stories. And I would be playing them while I was in the kitchen doing whatever. And so several of them, he just left. He just left out of the room. He didn't want any part of it. And that was just amazing. It was an amazing movie. The scene that got me was where Kirsty was hiding, or she was looking for some place to hide. And she opened a wardrobe or whatever it was, and this statue of Jesus fell out because it had been stuffed in there. And of all the other things, that was the scene that got me.
It was a jump scare. It's a cheap scare.
I don't like jump scares, but the whole thing, I think my nerves were so frayed by that point. But yes, it was nighttime. I was by myself. In the city that I was living in at the time, and I called my mother and I'm like, I have just scared the shit out of myself. And she's like, why are you watching that? It's like, it was a good movie, but I've scared the shit out of myself. Another one that is iconic, the original Pet Cemetery from 1989.
It's a kitty sickle.
And it actually had Fred Gwynn in it, and that was Herman Munster. But it was really good. It was creepy. Yes, I do not go to the theater with me and watch a horror flick because I will inappropriate responses. It was just, the cat was there. It was frozen stiff. They couldn't get it off of the ground. And I don't think, I sort of surprised myself. I don't think that I meant to be that loud. I don't know that I was that loud, or it's just the theater was that quiet. But people turned around and looked at me. They really did. So that one, Child's Play. Here's Your Realm.
Dude, yes.
1988.
You don't even like that film.
I don't, but it
so
is.
So then why did you add it?
I didn't. This is somebody else's list. But it was one of those that it needed to be left as it was.
Yeah, the remake of Child's Play. Okay, yes, technically, in technicality, Chucky is an android because he was based off of one of those animatronic dolls from the 80s, because we all know those. Corky, Cricket, and the actual Buddy doll.
Those things are creepy.
My Buddy doll.
Yeah, those things are creepy.
But,
Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy Ruxpin, yeah. Teddy Ruxpin's friend that was in Worm.
That was always... Those things, they still creep me out.
They don't creep me out. I like them.
Yeah, well.
But anyway, they should not have fucking touched that first movie. Ever. Making him basically... It takes the whole supernatural element out of it because it's just an android gone rogue. Okay, we've seen it. Terminator. Hi.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Fucking creepy ass doll possessed by serial killer.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
Yeah.
How can you fuck that up?
They do. That's what I'm saying. These are the good ones.
Listen, they should have kept with the thing and made it a dark comedy.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, by the time Bride of Chucky came out, Bride of Chucky completely changed the genre to a dark horror comedy. Mm-hmm. And then Seed of Chucky was just basically dark comedy.
Right. Speaking of dark comedy, another one that they need to leave alone.
They need to change his design. They need to change his design back because they keep fucking with Chucky's face. Stop fucking with Chucky's face. He looks Horrible.
This is one that if somebody dared to mess with this one, I probably would go hunt them down and bitch slap them. 1981, The Evil Dead. Absolutely. I mean, anybody that would... Sam Raimi, amazing.
Oh, you know they're making...
But as far as Bruce Campbell, he and Raimi work so well together. What?
They made a remake of The Evil Dead.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Like I said, it's like...
You found out about it the other day.
Well, I think who would do that? What kind of a perverse,
it was kind of bad.
Twisted human being would think that they could outdo Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell?
It was kind of bad and overly dramatic.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is a horror comedy.
Yeah.
And then, right on its heels, Evil Dead 2, 1987.
Yeah.
Again, Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi. Just awesome. Mm-hmm. Awesome. And with the skeleton animations, I think that
Army
was
of the Dead.
That was the, some of the same type of thing from the Sinbad back from the 60s. Mm-hmm. That type of animation. Good stuff. Good stuff. Gremlins. I was not a huge fan of Gremlins, but as far as... I don't know that I would say that one was iconic. I'm just going through dude's list, just what it is. So Gremlins, I don't know. I think that one was actually one that if somebody wanted to redo that, I'd be like, okay, I'd at least watch it.
Yeah.
Now this one they did do, and they ruined it.
But...
Is the Blair Witch Project from 1999.
The sequel was shit.
It was weird.
It was not even close to the first movie.
No, it wasn't.
So what the fuck happened there?
But well, we're talking about the original.
Secondly, the remake was shit. Not even close.
That was a cool movie. Your father hated that movie.
He did hate
God,
the movie.
he hated that movie.
I don't know why,
but it was...
I liked the movie.
And also with the advertising and the build-up to that movie, I don't know that had ever been done in that way before.
Right.
Because you honestly, even while you were watching it, you didn't know whether it was real or not. But that was the whole point.
Well, yeah, they even made the website seem like it was like legitimate.
Yes. And it was just brilliantly done. There have been so many people that have tried to redo a similar thing, but no, this was, yeah. You can't outdo that one.
No, you really cannot.
This next one, I don't know that I would necessarily put this in with horror movies per se.
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, to skip that one. That one's not. It's not even horror.
I don't know. They added it to the list. I'm just going down the list.
It's not a horror movie. It's not scary.
This one was really good. Sixth Sense.
That one was really good. That one's not really a horror movie either, though.
Well, yeah, it is. Kids saw dead people. He saw dead people.
It's more of a dramatic.
No,
thriller.
that was dead people. But you know what? I didn't know that was an M. Night Shyamalan. I don't know how that flew under my radar, and maybe I knew it and forgot it. It wasn't common for me. But that was that was a good movie. Now, that is not one that I watch ever so often. You could talk while I slurp.
I don't.
It's the coffee. I need the coffee. Now, this is one that there's a lot of controversy, and that was It. 1990.
It was a good movie. It was a good series of movies.
The TV thing, I know that they redid that, and I did actually buy it. I have not yet watched it.
Apparently, actually, the movies are more accurate to the books now.
I read the book. I did read the book, and the book was scary.
Well, like I said, apparently the movie is more accurate to the book now.
Actually, I'm sitting here looking at this, and this is not correct. I think this is talking about the movie instead of, and I didn't, that was my oversight. I do not want to see the movie. The original TV series, Tim Curry as Pennywise.
Is that not it?
No, that's the remake or something. It doesn't have. I don't know. That's weird, and it may have been.
That is it.
Is it?
Yeah.
But why didn't they put, Tim Curry as Pennywise? I don't care who it is. I don't care
because
if it's
of the remake.
more accurate. It was Tim Curry. Anything just
Tim
about...
Curry was the original one. The only Tim I see is Tim Reed.
Right, but it's also got Richard Thomas and anybody that's out there. John Boy.
John Boy.
It's the Waltons. John Boy.
Mm.
So, yeah, Harry Anderson was good. So I guess that is... I thought it was earlier than 1990. I really did. In fact, I know that it was. So I'll have to go back and correct that. I'll put it in the description box. And then Salem's Lot. Yep. And they've got on here about the TV miniseries. That one was scary as shit. I have rewatched that, as you can see.
No, it was 1990.
Oh, man, must have been... It couldn't have been.
No, it was 1990. There's no...
The TV version was 1990?
Yeah.
Something ain't right. I don't know. Anyhow.
1990.
Maybe it was.
November 18th through 20th.
Floating kid, Salem's Lot. Kid floating.
That was fucked up. That was creepy.
Clawing at the window.
Who's creepy as hell.
Let me in. Yeah. That's some good shit. So it's like, leave these things alone. And then one that I added, Lost Boys.
Yeah, we have the VHS copy right over there.
Yeah, because...
Both of Salem's Lot.
And that was 1987. And, of course, they've got Jason Patrick, what was in it. It had Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
That is one of still the coolest horror movies that you will ever watch. Mm-hmm. And I think that probably started like the sexy vampire trend and stuff. But it was just an absolutely amazing movie. It's still an amazing movie. It has aged pretty good.
Yeah, it has.
Some of these things, leave them in the time that they were made.
There are some movies that just don't need to be touched, period.
Right.
Like, they should not, like, it's a crime if they get touched, like, remade in some way.
Right.
Like, it should be a crime, is what I'm saying.
They're going to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Because you don't, you don't mess with perfection. Don't leave this shit. Don't try to redo it for today's whatever. Make another damn movie.
Sometimes, though, in rare occasions, remakes are better than the original.
Very, very rarely.
Yeah.
We'll discuss some of those tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But iconic horror flicks, and it's like if it freaks you out too much, if you get too anxious, you can turn it off. You can go smoke a cigarette, get you a cup of coffee, return to it, as opposed to our world today.
Yeah. I
know everybody's like, buy some popcorn and enjoy this show, and I'm like, damn no, it's a little too intense for me right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
So that's the reason we decided to do movie. Well, it's not necessarily movie reviews, but stuff that's special to us. And some of these might be special to you all. Mm-hmm. And if we've left something, I'm sure, because this is not an inclusive list. My God, how could it be? But if you've got favorite movies, put those in the description or in the comment section.
Yeah.
To let us know, hey, you forgot this one.
Yeah.
So
tell us what your favorite movies are.
Yeah. Which ones that you don't want to be touched.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've had experiences with supernatural, paranormal encounters, UFOs, aliens, cryptids, we'll be talking about horrible remakes tomorrow. Mm-hmm. If you've got local, regional, family, myths, legends, any of that stuff, send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And hopefully you got maybe a few memory lane things for that, sitting there and going, I need to rewatch that. That was really good.
Yeah.
Maybe some weekend tips.
Mm-hmm.
So we appreciate you. We do love you.
Yes. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that little notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all, and have a good.
We'll see you on the next cup.
Bye.
Bye.